Hey everyone, welcome to the Stay Rich Show, and today's episode is especially important because today we're celebrating. It's Independence Day. There's now 1,000 subscribers to this channel. This happened in 3 weeks. That is crazy. I can't believe it. And I'm so happy that you're here to share in this journey. I'm a winning divorce strategist, an unbiased expert witness, a hero to my clients, and a villain to their exes. Welcome to the Stay Rich Show. And since it's Independence Day, guess what? My book, How the Rich Get Divorced and Stay Rich, is now available online on Amazon. There's a link right down there. You can click it, you can buy it, you can get it delivered ASAP, because nothing says freedom, nothing says independence like taking control of your divorce, like taking control of your marriage and resetting it to make it better, like making sure that you're not sitting here next year writing a 7 or 8 figure check to your ex-wife, all because you screwed something up. This is a book I'm pretty confident if you're married, it's going to help to reset and reshape your marriage to become significantly more positive. I know this because I've helped men do this with the content that I put in this book. But more importantly, if you're going through a divorce, this is the book for you. This book is for men. This book is for high income earners. This book is for successful guys who make a lot, who go out into the world and conquer. But so many men that I've dealt with who go out into the world and conquer come home and they're meek and they're submissive and they're golden doodles. And maybe they're loved, but they're sure shit not respected, and they feel it. And that little kernel of frustration grows and grows and grows over time until one day it's gone. Your family, gone. Your house, gone. If you have a business, maybe it's gone. But with this book, How the Rich Get Divorced and Stay Rich, you will be richer for it. You're not going to lose everything. You're not going to lose your life. You're not going to lose your livelihood. Rather than that, you're going to gain. You're going to survive, sure, but actually you're going to thrive. You're going to go through the divorce process and succeed. You're going to go through the divorce process and come out the other end and think to yourself, I wish it didn't go this way, but I'm so much better for it. I'm the best that I've ever been in my entire life. And now I know that I can go out and find somebody better for me, better suited, more attractive, if you're successful, younger, who supports you, who treats you the way that you should be treated. And I'm so excited to bring this to the market for you because there's no book like it. There's a million divorce books telling you that you should settle. There's a million divorce books telling you that it's your fault and that you should just give up. You give everything to your ex-wife. Not this one. And those books, maybe they're well-meaning. I think that any content that leans overwhelmingly to one side, I think that anything that completely obfuscates what's really happening behind the scenes, what is actually the reality of divorce, of marriage for that matter, is putting out information that is harming families. It's harming men, it's harming women too, and most importantly, it's harming your children. There's so much content out there that will tell you to be normal. Why? If you're watching this right now, if you want to get divorced and stay rich, if you want to live a rich lifestyle, if you are rich, if you are successful, normal is not enough. This is not about meeting the expectations of Joe the plumber who lives down the road. This is not about meeting the expectations of the guy who works at the gas station, because you're not normal. You're successful. And this book speaks to that. This book speaks to how to reset your marriage, how to ensure that you can command respect, that you can command trust, that you can actually build attraction within your marriage. There's something called a marital audit in the book. And it goes through several different tests, which are going to give you a litmus test of how things are going within your marriage. And if you're not doing well, there's steps on how to improve things. Because at the end of the day, the best way to get divorced is to not get divorced at all. The best way to stay rich is to have a great marriage. The best way to get rich and stay rich is to ensure that you don't have to deal with people like me. And that marital audit is the starting point. But what's next? It's all about preparing and planning for the future. See, because rich men, people who get it, people who understand the game, they know it's through death or through divorce. That's how marriages end. You go, okay, well, I got to plan for death. I got to plan for divorce. Right? And when you're spending this time and you look at the marital audit and you go, okay, I'm going to put 12 months into this. I'm going to put significant effort. I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket for 1 year. And during that time, I'm going to be preparing for the outcome where this doesn't work, where this isn't successful, where at the end of the 12 months, I look at my wife, things have gotten better, but I don't think it's ever going to get to the point where I feel good. And then that rich man goes and says, you know what? This isn't going to work. Let's do this way. Let's make this good for the kids. Let's make this good for you. Let's make this good for all of us so then we can go forward functionally as human beings, functionally as a family unit, but we're not going to be married anymore. But I want you to be taken care of. I want the kids to be taken care of. I want it to be so that when you pick up the phone and call me, I'm happy to answer. I want it to be so that when I pick up the phone and call you, you go, oh, great. My ex-husband is calling. It must be something important, or it must be something good. It must be good news. And this book teaches you how, and it's available today. But enough sales. Rather than go through sales, I'm going to give you a couple of things that aren't in the book. See, because when I started this book, this has been a labor of love for a long time. And when I started this book, I realized that men are losing their shirts in a divorce system that is equal, but it is not fair. And for higher income men like you watching this show right now, it's not a fair process. But rather than sit around and bitch and complain about how it's not a fair process, I'd rather we just recognize that and use what we've got to win. You realize that it's not fair. Great. Whining and complaining isn't going to change that. So how do we move forward? First and foremost, if you're going through a divorce, you need to recognize, and I do this with all of my litigation consulting clients. I sit down with them, I talk to them, and I say, look, what happened? And they'll go, I had an affair, or she had an affair, or some variation. Usually it's big. I go, okay, great. So this thing happened. So this was the triggering point for the divorce. Cool. But what happened before that? Because no one just goes from like, everything's great, affair, divorce. Okay? That's not how this system works. That's not how people work. That's not how marriages work. They go, okay, so what happened before that? What caused the affair? Well, I wasn't feeling respected. Okay. So you weren't feeling respected. What was happening at the home? Well, she was doing this, I was doing that. Maybe we grew apart. Maybe this happened. Maybe, someone died and there's grief involved. I don't know what the circumstances are. But there could be circumstances. There always is something that happens that causes a loss of respect. Because if she didn't respect you, bro, she wouldn't have married you. So what caused the loss of respect? What did you try to get that respect back? What sort of tactics were used, right? Because that's important too, because I want to know what didn't work along the way. And often what happens when you go through this exercise is that, yeah, something may have happened here. Maybe you had an affair. That's okay. Now you're getting divorced. You don't need to beat yourself up about it anymore. You had a marriage, something happened, it broke. There's not much you can do about it now, so there's no point in kicking yourself over it. You got to move forward. But I want to know way back to the beginning, what path was taken here to get to where we are? It's not just the affair. There's a lot of stuff that led to that. It's not just something else happening and magically it blew up. There's a lot of stuff that led to that. Maybe you just had enough. You went, screw it. I'm not ready for this marriage. I don't want this anymore. I'm out. Bye. And that's fine too. But I got to know this stuff because what I'm trying to do is get an accurate history of what actually happened to understand the issues that I'm dealing with in a consulting role. So I can go, okay, we need to repair certain elements of this relationship. Now that it's done from a marital perspective, but you're still parents, you still need to get along. And more importantly, when she's going through the divorce with you, she needs to be able to respect and trust what you're saying. So I need to figure out how to start rebuilding that in a different framework and a different style than a marriage and helping you through that process. So then when push comes to shove, when the settlement is on the table, she can look at you across that table and go, okay, I actually trust what's going on here. I respect him enough to treat him well. Sure, I might be sad or I might be angry and there's all kinds of other emotions going on there. But when push comes to shove, when the money is on the table, I want her to take the best offer. So you got to go all the way back and start building it up. Then the second question I generally will have is, what type of ex-wife is yours? Because there are 4 archetypes, which are discussed in the book. What type are we dealing with? Are we dealing with type 1? who just wants this done and is happy to be conciliatory? Are we dealing with type 2 who wants to negotiate a bit more, who is not afraid of pushing back, who is not afraid of making demands, but is still rational, still doesn't want to destroy your life? Are we dealing with type 3 who just wants to burn it all down and win the court case at all costs and make you look like a dummy? Or are we dealing with type 4 who not only wants to take everything in court, but wants to destroy your life publicly? Is she going to pick up the phone and call your clients? Is she going to pick up the phone and call your important contacts and go through everything in detail and tell her side of the story as if this is important to your business? Because what she's doing is actually undermining her own ability to collect support. What she's doing is undermining her ability to actually be self-sufficient going down the road. So we want to prevent these things. And importantly, when we're having this conversation, when we're going through the different types, when we're trying to get an accurate assessment of what's going on, if it's a 3, we can change that. If it's a 2, we can change that. If it's a 1, we want to keep it there. They don't stay there forever. People change, people grow. And part of this process is getting that respect back, getting that trust back. So then you can deal with each other in a positive way. So then you can deal with each other amicably. So then you can deal with each other knowing that when push comes to shove, you have her and the kids' best interests at heart as well as your own. And she has her best interests and the children and yours at heart as well. So there's a lot of discussion about communication. There's a lot of discussion about change and demonstrating it through action. And then it gets into the application as you go through the divorce process and navigate it in such a way that you end up winning, in such a way that you stay rich, in such a way that you're thriving when you come out. You look back and you say, wow, I really don't like the fact that I got divorced, but man, I'm doing great. So it's a positive thing. It's inspired change in you. It's inspired change in her. So one of the secrets here, the secret in the sauce, is just how to do that. Now, if you've made it this far, I'm doing a quick giveaway. So if you follow me, if you subscribe to this YouTube channel and you throw a comment in and like the channel, and you throw the comment rich in, I'm going to be doing a draw and giving away several copies of the ebook for How the Rich Get Divorced and Stay Rich. And in addition to that, I'm also going to be giving away 10 signed copies, autographed copies that look, well, this one has a signature. But it'll be personalized. I'll write it to you. And I'm going to send it to you. So I'm going to be giving away 10. So there's a draw for that. There's going to be a draw for more ebooks just to get the reward system happening. I want more people to read this book. I'm here to help. I'm here to help guide men like you, like my subscribers, like anyone going through this process, through some of the biggest challenges of their life. So with that, there's going to be a lot more content. I have interviews lined up with divorce attorneys coming soon. I have interviews lined up with successful entrepreneurial men who have been through this shit before coming out very soon. And in addition to that, there's more videos, more content on specific topics that are so important to you watching this today. And every single one is going to have more and more value. Every single one is going to blow your mind in some way. And I'm so excited to do that because it's why I'm doing this. I want to help. I'm here to help and assist men who really need it through one of life's biggest challenges and to reset their life so that they become the heroes of their own journey. And maybe they get to keep their marriage, which is awesome. And maybe they don't. And in both cases, they're going to stay rich. So welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm so excited to continue this journey with you. I'm so excited to bring you more and more value as time goes on. And I'm so excited to be a part of your life, someone that you can rely on to give you the brutally honest truth, somebody that you can rely on for actual actionable advice, someone that you can rely on for the odd joke from time to time, and real wisdom in a system that is designed to break you, in a life that is designed to break you, in a world of content that is designed to make you normal and average that's not acceptable for successful men. I want you to be rich. I want you to be prosperous. I want you to be happy, fulfilled, and live a life that builds a legacy for your children. And maybe you have to get divorced along the way, and this is going to be the book for you because you're going to get a whole lot of advice and you're going to be able to save a whole lot of money reading it. But more importantly, you're going to thrive and step out of that divorce so much better for it. So to my first 1,000, thank you. I'm going to do similar videos to this at other auspicious occasions. And I can't wait for you guys to read the book and leave comments on your takeaways from it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. And more importantly, thank you for joining me on the adventure of my lifetime, teaching men how to get divorced and stay rich. I'll see you next time.